What is up, awesome people? For tonight's video, I have a handful of unranked battle spot videos. Okay, so this was my first match when I went on to battle spot. As you can probably see from my team preview, I am using RU Pokemon again. At the moment, I've only got RU Pokemon, so I kind of saw this battle spot thing being quite rough and definitely going to be quite tough for me. But anyways, as I said, there's a handful of matches here, so let's dive into the first one and see how it all played out. So, alright, so as I said, this was my very first match upon jumping into the battle spot, so I definitely knew I was going to be in for a very rough time, especially when the opponent leads off with a Heracross and I lead off with Ambipom. So usually when you see a Heracross, it's usually a Choice Scarf with Moxie or it's a Mega Heracross. So usually these things carry definitely a skill like being ability, Rock Blast. I think sometimes they can carry Pin Missile, and their main move being Close Combat. So anyways, I go for the Fake Out there, deal a bit of damage, then go straight for the U-turn because I know Knockoff's going to be absolutely useless, and at the same time I'm going to U-turn out because this thing's definitely going to be throwing a Close Combat at me, and I'm going to send in my Cresselia to tank that extremely well thanks to it being physically bulky and the fact that it also resists it as well, and it's going to be super effective against Mega Heracross as well thanks to that physically defensive drop and special defensive drop as well from Close Combat. Now usually I set up a Calm Mind here and make this Cresselia a really bulky sweeper, but since I am fearing a Mega Horn, or as I said, a Pin Missile, I'm going straight for the Side Shock there. Mega Heracross does just live that badly, so I'm thinking it's max health, max attack, and in fact I did outspeed it as well, makes it definitely clear that it was max health, max attack. Go straight for the Pin Missile here, so I'm like, this is going to be really close, and there's the fifth one, and that's going to unfortunately take out my Cresselia, so yeah, that wasn't cool at all. So 5 times, that definitely was close. So yeah, it felt pretty bad to lose my Cresselia. But anyways, I'm going to send back in my Ambipom, go straight for the Fake Out there and revenge kill the Mega Heracross, which was awesome. So there goes that Mega Heracross, which definitely would have been a big pain in the ass if I didn't have a revenge kill like that. So I'm going straight for the knockoff here on the Rotom Wash. Usually this is a trick, Choice Scarf, whatever, but this one I was actually holding a Citrus Berry, so I'm thinking definitely a bulky Rotom Wash. So actually wait for the Will-O-Wisp there. It did miss with Will-O-Wisp, so I go for the Taunt and prevents it from going for any further Will-O-Wisp or any other gimmicky moves that might go to hinder me. So yeah, I'm going to U-turn out of there because there's not much else that Ambipom can do to this Rotom Wash. Go straight into my Draglish because I know Rotom can't really do too much to Draglish unless it's carrying something like Ice Beam or Blizzard, which a lot of them tend to don't. They usually carry Hydro Pump or Thunderbolt. That's usually what I see mostly out of Rotom Wash. Plus Draglish does have some very nice natural special defensive bulk even without any EV investments in it. So I'll go straight for the Choice Specs, Sludge Wave there, adaptability as well. It's definitely going to take out that Rotom Wash. Now this comes in, Cloyster. I'm like, okay, definite Shell Smash incoming. So I'm like, I think I can pretty safe to say take this out with Sludge Wave. If it's got White Herb, but it doesn't have White Herb, so I'm like, if it doesn't have White Herb, it's going to have Focus Sash. That's a really big pain in the bum, so I knock it down to its Sash. It was a crit as well, so if it was White Herb, that would have gone down, and followed up by the Ice Side, which was pretty predictable, so my Draglish is going to go down pretty easily there, thanks to that +2 Ice Shard. So last but not least is my Ambipom. I'm so glad I kept the hold of this Ambipom throughout the entire match. It's going to go straight for the Fake Out there and revenge kill the Cloyster. Even if I didn't have Fake Out, I could have just used Knockoff and I would have still won the match because I did hold Focus Sash on my Ambipom, which would have saved my bum there. So that was the first match. That was actually really, as I said, I was really impressed with that first one, the fact that it was my first battle upon entering battle spot. Very happy with my performance there. After that, this was actually my second battle that I did, and as soon as I saw this team, it was a whole bunch of Ubers, I'm like, I'm going to be in for a really fun time. So let's check out how this battle went. So, as I said, this was a Uber user, but the funny thing was they had no items, so I'm like, okay, it's either an in-game team that they've gone and just caught all the legendaries, and it's not going to be as tough as I thought. So I lead off with my Cresselia, because I'm like, whatever they lead off with, Cresselia can tank, especially the Deoxys. I think it's like a normal Deoxys, I think. Yeah, pretty sure it's normal form Deoxys. So I'm going to Toxic that with Cresselia after tanking that Psychic really well, even without any special defensive EVs at all. I think it's got no EVs and special attack at all, this Deoxys, so this should be pretty easy. I'm definitely leaning towards this is just a casual player that's just jumped on Battle Spot thinking they can get some free wins with some powerful Pokemon. Alright, so Metagross comes in, so I'm like, actually no, this had no item, so it wasn't Mega, so that's great. Then I have some Calm Minds here, and I'm pretty confident I can tank a Meteor Mash, or whatever this thing throws at me, pretty well thanks to my max health and max defense on this thing. And Cresselia reaches some awesome heights with max defense as well, and it's got some awesome health as well, so that's definitely going to help. I'm going to throw up some more Calm Minds there, just in case he does send out something that is going to throw me off, especially if it's a special attacker. Alright, so Meteor Mash coming my way, so I'm like, this is going to be interesting to see how well I tank this. And it does some, well, that was a critical hit, so it would have done about 1/5, maybe less, to my health. So I'm like, that's cool. Even with an attack boost, that's still going to do pretty little damage there to my Cresselia. It's not even going to tickle Cresselia, it's just going to poink off Cresselia. So yeah, this wasn't really much of an interesting match, but it's still interesting to see how well my Pokemon do. So I just kept it in there for the lols. You sometimes get trainers like this on Unranked Battle Spot. Alright, so I'm going to withdraw there and send in their Reshiram. Alright, so I'm like, this will be interesting. Let's see if this is traded or this is in-game Reshiram. So Turbo Blaze up there, and another Calm Mind up there. So I'm pretty sure whatever this Reshiram's going to throw at me, whether it be physical or special, it's just going to be able to rat off my Cresselia, because my special defense is now like over 9,000, and my bulk is like just insane, both physically and specially. So here comes Fusion Flare. I'm like, oh, doesn't this have a chance of burning? But not burn. And that does absolutely nothing to my Cresselia, so I'm like, oh, this will probably end it in a forfeit or a DC, one of the two. So I'm just going to play this out, see if I can sweep Cresselia, and they forfeit there after that dismal damage there. So as I said, I kept that in for the lols. Alright, so next up is this team. It's a Charizard, Talonflame, and Glade team. So I'm like, yep, this is probably Mega Zard or Mega Glade. So let's see how this one played out. So again, with the lead with Ambipom, because I'm not particularly too sure what he's going to lead with. He's going to lead with a Charizard. So I'm like, yep, this is definitely going to be Mega. It's Mega Charizard. Why? Yawn, I've seen these things a hell of a lot. I want to see Charizard X more. Why no Charizard X? Anyways, Drought's going to go up there. This is most likely like Air Slash, Flamethrower, Solar Beam, and D-Dance maybe? That's usually what else that carries. Anyways, that Fake Out did a hell of a lot there thanks to that critical damage plus Ignition Boost there. I'm going to swap out there because I'm fearing that Charizard Y is going to outspeed me. Even if I didn't get outsped, U-turn would have absolutely done nothing. I swap into Sharpedo there, and poor Sharpedo just can't live a move, and it goes down. So I'm forced to send back in my Ambipom, so I'm going straight for another Fake Out there. That's going to come really close to taking it out. Actually does take it out. Ooh, that did a lot more damage than I thought it did. So that Charizard goes down, which was awesome. That was a bit of a pain in the rear side. Alright, so Talonflame comes out, so I'm like, Brave Bird, Brave Bird, Brave Bird. That's all they do. Could be Choice Banded. Could be leftovers, just bulky Talonflame. It's usually all they are. Anyways, Brave Bird's going to do absolutely nothing there to Cresselia. Cresselia just flicks it off like it was a fly. Leftover recovery there for Cresselia. And I'm like, let's see how long this is going to last for. Another Brave Bird coming my way. I guess this guy can throw as many Brave Birds as he wants, trying for the critical hit. That's about all he wants there as a critical hit. A little bit of recall damage there from Brave Bird to Talonflame. I'm just going to throw up the Toxic there. Definitely lowering Talonflame's sustainability there. Even if it's got Roost, it's going to eventually want to swap out because Toxic will rack up and Brave Bird. Recall is not going to be playing very nice, and if Flare Blitz is probably its second move, again will recall damage. Talonflame's not exactly going to like that either. So there's the Roost. I'm like, well, that's not particularly going to save your bum there because, as I said, Toxic damage is going to rack up eventually, and your recall damage isn't going to be nice either. I'm trying to think what its last move would be. It could be Overheat just for some special damage. That's usually what I see on Talonflames is Overheat. Not too sure what else they could run unless it's Steel Wing for any rock types. I'm just throwing ideas out there, but I don't actually see its fourth move, so no big biggie there. So Flare Blitz, they're trying to swap up this strategy there, going for something a little bit stronger. Actually, I think Flare Blitz is does the same damage anyway, so more recall damage there. I'm just going to throw up a Moonlight just in case they did crit me or something like that. It's usually my bad luck. I get critted in times like this. So health back up to max there, more poison damage there to Talonflame, which is now starting to rack up quite badly. Alright, they're going to U-turn out of there, which is the best move they've made so far. U-turn's going to do just a little bit less than what Flare Blitz or Brave Bird would have done, but that Talonflame's now finally out of there. Might be a little too late because I have set up quite a lot of Calm Minds and I do have some nice physical bulk. Another Calm Mind up there. And he goes into his Gallade, so it's definitely not Mega Gallade, so I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Unless his Gallade's got like Night Slash or something, it's about the only thing that can hit me, and he's going to have to hope for its critical hit, because that's the only way to get past this Cresselia. He actually swaps out there, so I don't see the point to it, unless he thought I might just set up again, or he just did that to lower down his toxic damage. Regardless though, I did go for an attack that turn, and that's his Talonflame. It just lived on 1 health. You're kidding me. Wow, that Talonflame lived with 1 health, but he's going to go down to poison damage regardless. Can't believe it lived with 1 health. Damn. Must have got really bad min damage there. Anyways, his last Pokemon comes out again, which is Gallade. This is absolutely trapped with nowhere to go, and they forfeit as well. And that's pretty much it for tonight's video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm going to try and do a few more Battle Spot matches, hopefully with something like some OU Pokemon. I'm going to try and breed up some OU Pokemon. May even try my hand with some UU Pokemon. Heck, I may even try some NU Pokemon. Why not? So, as always, thank you so much for taking time of your day to check out this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out my previous 2 Wi-Fi battles, both of which were RU battles, very close and very intense RU battles indeed. And if you like what you see, make sure to stick around for future episodes. So before you guys leave, make sure to answer the question of the day if I did leave a question of the day. If not, the question of the day is, which is your favourite Pokemon generation? Leave it in the comment section below. And with that, this is LadyKrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!